All right, well I have to say I'm pretty excited because the temps are finally getting cold enough that ice is on the way. And I'm ready to get out on the ice. I've got some new tools this year that I'm pretty excited to use. So one of them that I'm going to show you today is the Celsius Auto Tamer. So I bought this through Shills. I would say this is another very affordable option for a hook setting device. Last year I was using the HT Quick Strike. I'll still be using that on the ice, but it's the most affordable. And then this one is about 50% more, so this is $29.99. I picked up my HT Quick Strike for just under $20. So we're going to get this unpackaged, not a lot of packaging to it. We're going to figure out how it works so that when I'm out on the ice, I'm ready to rock and roll. Alright, so after opening it up, it looks pretty easy and straightforward. So these arms come out. It has these spikes that you can flick out so it digs into the ice. And then this pin is the adjustable setting for your rod angle. We'll just kind of set it medium angle right there for now. And we'll get a rod in this thing and see if we can't figure out how it works. Alright, so it looks like for adjustment on rod length, you have this adjustment here, which is pretty cool. Mostly I use these 36-inch Ugly Stick Dock Runners, kind of a medium weight, medium action, I'd say, rod. Pretty versatile, and they work well for what I'm using. With that, I'm thinking that extend it a little bit is going to work best, but of course I'll play with it out on the ice. So nice that there's a little extension there, and we'll see how it goes. Well, I've done a little investigating and I think I'm missing a crucial piece, so maybe I'll take a screenshot of what it looks like if I can find one, but it's a loop that goes through the end of your rod and hooks to this trigger mechanism. So what I did was took some 30-pound spider wire, and we're going to just see if I can make my own. So you attach it to the tip of your rod, and by just poking it through and then running one end kind of through itself, then see I have that hanging off the tip of my rod like that. And what it does is it comes down and hooks around this trigger mechanism. So you just put it over this loop, and then this sets it. So I'm going to do a close-up version here in a second. Then the line, I guess, goes over the top and triggers it like so. So I'm going to move the camera down here and get a close-up angle, and we'll try it again. So it appears that my little homemade fix worked. I'm going to reach back out to Shields, that's where I bought this, and let them know that I'm missing that piece, and hopefully I can get the factory version. So here comes the close-up. Alright, so normally the hole is going to be right here, and just to make it easier to see, I think this white background will help focus it better. So I'm going to pull my rod down, and then once again, this is the little loop that I made. Hopefully you can see how I just loop that around, and this is the release and this is the trigger. So basically the loop goes over this, which it then pulls down and holds, and then this comes up and over, and that's going to hold it all in place. Then when your line pulls, it of course releases. Pretty simple mechanism, but yeah, this line is probably not as good as the factory connection, but it'll work. So as you can see, I just put the line down, hooks over that quite easily. There's a fair amount of tension on with that rod bend. That goes over like so, and then the line, I already tested it, and we can even pull it, I guess, down this way, but it pulls very easily and triggers. Even with me kind of pulling at that weird angle, it triggered very easily. So I'll do that one more time real quick. So it comes down, the you know, line goes over that, you push it down, hold it in place, and you could set it, you know, further back, which is going to take more of a bite to trigger it. And then also, I believe there's a spring inside of here, it feels like. So as you tighten this up, you get more resistance, and that's going to adjust the trigger from a hair trigger to a heavy trigger. So something I'll have to play with out on the ice, but it's pretty simple. And once again, a fairly light pull, and boom, it triggers. So pretty simple setup, and hopefully it catches some fish out on the ice. All right, the last thing I want to say with this device is that it does appear that it has one major advantage over the HT Quick Strike. We're going to look at that right now. So the major advantage is it doesn't require an anchor. So if you've seen my HT Quick Strike video, you've seen that I modified a little bit for an anchor upgrade. But this has a lot of bend in it. You know, that hole is going to be right here. I'll even pull it out over. These could adjust, which, you know, I'd imagine that gives it even more stability the further these legs are forward. But so we're going to trigger it, no issue, and I mean, not a problem, right? Big old fish pulling on that, not an issue. I mean, you could pull these back if you wanted a wider stance like this. I don't know if there's an advantage or not. Now, I'd say that's a disadvantage. So I think to start out, I'm going to run these forward, and I think it'll be super stable with these spikes the way they dig in. I don't think there's any way that a fish is going to take this rod and pull it out of the holder or tip this over. So I think that the reality is you're going to lose a fish with it breaking off, not it pulling your pole in or causing any grief that way. So big advantage. I think what I'll do is leave this on a dedicated rod, my little fix-it job here, or if I get the factory one, I'll leave it on a certain rod, since that has to be attached, and it'll be dedicated to this the Celsius Auto Tamer. So yeah, seems like a good rig. Super simple, packs up really quick and easy, which I like. You know, very compact. If you want to pull that down, you can. Slide right in a bucket, no big deal, and be fishing in no time. So thanks for watching. Please let me know if you have any questions. Hopefully we got some footage of this out on the ice soon. Like and subscribe. We'll catch you later, and fish on.